What's going on, everybody? This is Kerry Wood, sportsandswag.com, the Sports and Swag podcast, live coming at you talking about game one of the NBA Western Conference Finals between the San Antonio Spurs and the Golden State Warriors. Let's get into this talk, man. A lot to talk about. Of course, the big story starting out with this thing is going to be Kawhi Leonard. 23-point lead going into, actually in the third quarter. Actually in the third quarter of that basketball game when Kawhi Leonard goes to the bench and actually ends up going to the locker room, as a matter of fact. Man, this is devastating to see him go down like that with the Spurs that's completely in control of that ball game. So, don't know. And you wonder about him coming back game two. Is he going to be able to come back? Will it be, if he does come back, is he going to be even near 100%? Hard to see it right now, man. Hard to see it. So, man, golden opportunity goes by the wayside for the San Antonio Spurs. Golden opportunity. And if you really look at it from this standpoint, if you win that ball game, like it looked like they were going to be able to do, then all of a sudden, guess what? I mean, you've done what you needed to do in Oakland. At that point, you really don't need to play him game two. You can let him rest, and then at that point, you're looking at him coming back Saturday. Game two is Tuesday, but not Thursday, not Friday, Saturday. So he'll get 3 days rest if the Spurs have pulled this thing out, plus the two here, between now and Tuesday night. That's how important that comeback was by the Golden State Warriors tonight. That's how important it was. It's one of those things, though, man. It's just one of those things that happens when you've got a guy, star player, injured like that. He didn't play Game 6 against Houston because they didn't need him, and he gets back into action. But just a simple jump shot. It's a simple jump shot. Tweak that ankle injury. So, man, I don't know how Spurs fans are feeling right now. I think in some ways you have to feel pretty decent, even though you lost the basketball game and you lost Kawhi Leonard, because even though all of that happened, there's still some advantages out there. There's still some advantages on the floor, especially if Mike Brown, who's of course coaching in place of Steve Kerr, especially if he's not going to play guys like JaVale McGee. JaVale McGee played 1 minute in that ball game today. So, you're looking at this team being extremely small, and then the only other big guy they have is Josh Pachulia, and he played 11 minutes. So you're looking at a lot of Draymond Green and Kevin Durant playing center. Which gets me to why I think that you should maybe not feel so bad if you're a Spurs fan. You don't feel good right now. But that gets to LaMarcus Aldridge. If this is how the Warriors are going to play this thing, if they're going to play their little guys, their small team, their small ball team, they're not going to play JaVale McGee and those guys in. If you can get that pace going, I talked about it in my preview of this series, if you can get that pace going the way you want it to go, slowing the game down, then LaMarcus Aldridge should be taking over this ball game. Now, he had 28 points today. He had 28 points, and that's a good game and all of that. But at the same time, man, there were several instances there at the end of that game. Well, maybe not the end, but in the fourth quarter, as Golden State was making their comeback, as Golden State was, really putting the pressure on, he missed a lot of shots in there. I mean, point blank, kind of similar to things he did in series in the past, in the Houston series. And the one thing you can say though, you can't say that he wasn't aggressive. I can't say that he wasn't aggressive. Like you could see it in his eyes. He was trying to make plays. He just couldn't make them there at the end of that game. It could have been fatigue. It could have been fatigue. He ended up playing 40 minutes, and that's not the type of numbers you want to see from Aldridge. You don't want him out there 40 minutes, but what choice did you have? You're not getting anything out of Pau Gasol. And apparently Dedmon is someone that Pop doesn't really trust in this series or in the last series for that matter. So that's what you're going to get. You're going to get a lot of LaMarcus Aldridge. I don't know, man. I don't know how playing him 40 minutes is gonna pan out. I don't know, but the thing about it, if you look at it again, like I say, it's not like he didn't have his opportunities. And this was in the midst of the Warriors just going off. 18-0 run to 18-0 run to start that second half. I mean, I'm sorry, that was after Kawhi went out of the game. 18-zip run. And now, you come back and now Aldridge, kind of just, like I say, it didn't disappear. I mean, he tried to make some plays. It just didn't work out, man. It just didn't work out. I don't know. I mean, Spurs golden opportunity gets away from them today. And golden opportunity to go up 1-0 to take that home court advantage away from Golden State. Talking about the Warriors. Steph Curry was huge, 40 points. If it wasn't for Steph Curry, man, I don't know. They might have gotten down 30 or 40 in this game. Kevin Durant, strong game, especially after Kawhi Leonard went out of the game. Strong game by him. He's another guy that, he's going to have to really step it up, but, continue to prove that he can step it up against premier competition. Of course, Kawhi Leonard is that premier competition, so, his status, we don't know. We don't know coming here into Tuesday night, but I tell you, Durant probably had to be the happiest guy on the floor to see Kawhi Leonard go out of the game. Kawhi has had his success defensively against Kevin Durant. So I'm sure Durant didn't want anybody to get hurt, but I think he's thinking in the back of his mind and like, okay, he had to let out a little bit of a breath of fresh air. Things made things a little bit easier to see Kyle Anderson guarding him rather than Kawhi Leonard or whomever, man. So I don't know. It was a bit surprising for me though. Getting back to the JaVale McGee, man, the games that he's played. If this series is a series here in game 3 and beyond, I can't imagine this guy not being a bigger part of what Golden State is doing, because man, LaMarcus Aldridge and let's talk about Pau Gasol, man. This is the thing I don't understand is where is this guy's game at? I mean, I know he's older. Spurs brought him in to be a scorer, brought him in to be a rebounder, and he does decent at times, but this is a guy that's got to step up, especially when you got your big guy on the bench, in the locker room, LaMarcus Aldridge went to the bench with 4 fouls there, and I mean they got nothing out of Gasol. They have got to get more out of this guy. We're talking about this guy being a first ballot Hall of Famer when he hangs it up. When he hangs up his laces, hangs up his shoes, and he is non-existent. Just non-existent, and I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. So, when you look at this thing, the question you have to ask is, if Kawhi Leonard were healthy, if he were playing in this ball game, would he have made the difference? I mean, would he have made the difference in this game? Does San Antonio pull this game out if Kawhi Leonard is in the game? If he's, I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes, they would have. But I also think the Spurs should have won this game even without him. You can't blow a 23-point lead. I don't care who you lose on the floor. There are enough players out there to make a difference. I mean, you got 17 points from Manu Ginobili. Let's talk about the 39, about to be 40-year-old Argentinian. Unbelievable, man. Where is this coming from this dude? 17 points. And I think probably the biggest addition that he made was coming in and really being a playmaker. Getting into the paint, breaking down the defense, and able to not only get himself some shots, but also able to get shots for his teammates. I mean, the dude was incredible. He's going to be 40 years old here shortly, man. And you know what? I'm going to put it out there. I owe this guy an apology. I owe Manu an apology. I thought he should have retired at the end of last season. I really did. And I know that he had been going through some injuries and all of that. But this dude doing what he's doing right now, filling in for, he's the guy that's more filling in for Tony Parker than anyone else. I mean, DeJounte Murray's doing a really good job. And of course, Patty Mills, but this is the dude that's really setting everybody up. He's taking that Tony Parker role more than anyone else is, in my opinion. What he's doing is incredible. Give him all the credit in the world, man. All the credit in the world goes to this guy, and I don't know, man.